Hello, here it's Lisa State of the YouTube channels of Lisa State and Hitler Obsessed, here to do part 9 of my review of the 1974 history documentary of Swastika. Now, where I left off here right now, it's the commemoration of the models, as Hitler would call them. They weren't really models, except idiots following him into a failed beer hall pooch from a beer hall in November of the Buggerbeckeller in Bavaria, Munich, there on November the 3rd or the 4th, I think it is, of 1923. This is the failed beer hall pooch that would get Hitler landed in prison for treason, let out only from Landsberg am Leech prison in Munich in Bavaria. And get him to start writing while he's in prison there at Lambert's am Leech. Mein Kampf, that would become his manifesto for the Nazis. Yes, I actually own two of those, of that book. He would start writing in Landsberg am Leech the first volume in 1923, have that published in 1924. Then later on, he would in 1928, or I think 1926, write part 2 of Mein Kampf. Yes, that is a two-volume book. The first part is kind of Hitler's autobiography into getting into the German Workers' Party that would later on become the National Socialist German Workers' Party. That was originally called the DAP for the German Workers' Party, and then the NSDAP, which was the Nazi Party for the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Now, every year when Hitler got to power, they would have the commemoration of the dead. It was a big. They would follow that same procession they took in Munich, and they had erected a memorial there for the people that died in the beer hall pooch. And they'd have the same person in whichever position they were uh, in the procession there. So wherever Hitler was in the procession, he would be always there in his spot in the procession. Whichever guy who was holding the Nazi flag in front, I think that was Heinrich Himmler, or whichever guy it was there. That was the guy that had to hold the National Socialists, the Nazis, relic there called the blood flag. That was the flag that supposedly was dipped in the models of the beer hall pooch of the Nazis there, that was dipped in their blood, and that was kind of like the holy relic. It was called the blood flag, or the Blut flag, or whatever. Blut flag, if I'm pronouncing the German correctly. And if you can see here, it's the procession here, and you have this is of the some of the memorials there, and they had those torches there erected, and they had no banners and stuff, and you have these. Yep, you have the same procession there. And Hitler would also have the family members of the dead that would show up, and there's the memorials, the tombstones with basins of fire there, and you have the same guys. So, there's a memorial right there in Munich that was in the police near the police headquarters or the military barracks in Bavaria. And I guess Hitler would call out the dead there, and he would lay a wreath and stuff, to commemorate the memorial, the war dead, or not the war dead, the guys that died in the field. And he would commemorate the. So this was kind of like, a solemn procession, but, in the end, I think Hitler really didn't give a darn about these guys. Uh, he probably cared more about himself and his own cause than they did anyone else. They will just, like his ideology. If they died for him. That was it. Nothing else. It wasn't so much about their cause, it was about him. Uh, but you have, turn around here. See. You have the memorial day of Hitler there. I mean, yeah, a lot of the architecture was based off of the. There's the family members of the parade. A lot of the architecture was based off of the Greco-Roman, Hellenistic architecture. You have this kid, this Hitler Youth kid, this wanting to be around Hitler, like he's now dad. He's the lost little duckling. Guess he ran off though. The kid. But yeah, a lot of the architecture in the Third Reich was also based off of the Greco-Roman period, because the Nazis saw that the Greco-Romans were these superior master race, a part of the alien master race. That was part of the ideology. But now you have the Munich Arts Festival popping up here. See? You have a lot of medieval Teutonic knights and the Greco-Roman stuff, because Hitler believed the Teutonic civilization of the Germans, the Teutonic, and the Order of Knights was part of the alien master race. That was Hitler's deranged ideology. And here you have Hitler commemorating one of their art museum that they had in Munich. You probably saw the little model there on the parade there. No, Hitler's speech though. And yeah, Hitler did have a museum built, and I think it's still around in Germany. I've never seen it travel there. I would love to travel to Germany. Hopefully, this pandemic ends. I could probably fulfill that dream. But they have the actual museum Hitler built for his art museum. They considered for like the German people, and all the artwork was actually gonna be also be stuff that was looted from all over the world, or in Europe from areas that Hitler conquered. That he stole. They considered German, therefore it belonged in Germany. He took as trophies and for himself, and Hitler really just didn't, give a darn. If he stole from others, no, what was his. No, if he conquered a territory and he took it, no, that was his. Who gives a darn? To him, whatever he considered was German was rightfully his, and no. Uh, more of these donuts. I have to be moving my thing very, very carefully. So yeah, Hitler did he did a lot of the conquests there of the different countries there, and he'd also have like Holman going and different leaders, and one guy was appointed in charge of all this stuff that they were looting from different residences and stuff, important German artworks and some from Jewish people that he would have shipped back to Germany to put into his belongings, or the art museum for the German folk there, or other Nazi leaders. And then he would also have all the stuff he considered Jewish based, or of Bohemian, or no, modern art. He did not like modern art at all. None of the Impressionists and the Rococo. He was not a big fan of the Rococo. He liked Baroque, medieval, Renaissance, Hellenistic, Greco-Roman art. Uh, he liked the Baroque one. Uh, and I know he liked the Enlightenment era, and I think maybe Oriental. I don't think he liked Orientalism. Oh, I know he liked the Romanticism. Uh, but we see here's a footage there of the interior of his art museum there. And yes, you have globals there. You have Mussolini's Count Sinio. I think that was his relative or son or whatever. But yeah, Hitler did like a lot of the Greco-Roman artwork, because it considered the ideal standard of the human body. This alien, it's all connected to Hitler's alien master race idea. Oh, and you have a statue of Benito Mussolini and a couple of other guys. Uh, and this is, I guess, a Roman soldier. But yeah, this kind of stuff was made to show, the perfection of the Germanic alien master race of the Third Reich of the 1930s and 45, connected back to the pure alien, Hellenistic, Greco-Roman architecture, bringing back the greatness, almost like the hymn, biological racial renaissance. Uh, which, yeah, that's how Hitler wanted. This is kind of some of the propaganda. They wanted to see the greatness back to antiquity and stuff. And over here you can see some of the sculpting of one of Hitler's sculptors that he had as one of the Nazi leaders. Oh, there he is right there. There's the guy. Right there. But yeah, that's something the Nazis wanted to have connection to. Uh, is bringing back these great, I guess you could call, bring back to antiquity, this greatness of antiquity back from this bohemian, immoral, modern stuff, before the Third Reich, to what the Nazis thought, which does connect back to the fascist ideas and aspects of Nazism that Hitler had from Benito Mussolini. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The Nazis did take a lot of the artwork there from the Jews, that was modern art and stuff, uh, and a lot of the artwork that was of the Jewish artists there, and the modern artwork. They had it put in a museum called the uh, of degenerate art there that people actually went to see more than the German folk art exhibit. I'm gonna end here with part 9 and go on to part 10 of my review of the 1974 history documentary of Swastika. And this is Lisa Stade here signing off, saying, of the Lisa Stade and Hitler Obsessed channel, telling you to make sure to become a subscriber, like my videos, leave a comment, share the videos, hit the notification bell so it says all notifications, and make sure to donate to my Patreon and my subscribe song, become a patron, and donate to my Patreon. You can visit my BitChute.com, my BitChute channel, Lisa Marie Stade, as one word, just Lisa Marie Stade. You can visit my friend Facebook account at Lisa Stade, or my Facebook Messenger account at Lisa Stade, and send me a friend request or a message, or you can send me both a friend request or message at my Facebook account of Lisa Stade or my Facebook Messenger of Lisa Stade. And now on to part 10 of the 1974 uh, review and reaction of the movie, of the history documentary of Swastika. Bye now.